All right, this should look relatively familiar to you, a keyboard here. And this right here is our middle C, where that little white dot is, okay? What I want to do is just kind of run over the basics really quick. You may already be familiar with this, but I just kind of want to talk about chord structure a little bit in order to help us all have the same understanding of what we're getting into here. Okay, so this is the key of C. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C again at the top. Okay, so we got C to shining C here. All right, now that being said, and again, here's your introduction to the number system. We can also number that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now what that does is it helps us identify what notes go into the chord. Okay, so a lot of times you'll see on a song sheet it will say play a C. Now that doesn't mean just play the C note. If you see a C hovering over one of the lyrics in the song, what they're telling you to do is to play a C chord. Okay, now a C chord is simply a triad based off of 3 notes: the 1, the 3, and the 5. Okay, or we could say it another way: the C, the E, and the G. Okay, so if you know your musical alphabet, C, E, and G, that's normally how you're going to see in your music spelled out a C chord. However, using the number system, all the numbers does, remember, it assigns a number to each note in the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 5, C chord. Okay, so that is basically what the number system is doing. It's telling you what to play. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. Okay. All right. So that's your basic 1 chord. All right. So if we're in the key of C, our 1 chord is a C. Okay. That makes sense. It's the root. It's the tonic. It's home base, whatever you want to call it. So that's our main chord for this song that we're playing. Okay, so we could do cornerstone. Christ alone, cornerstone. We're in C. Okay, now that first chord of that chorus is an F. All right, here's F. Remember, there's your F note, and you're gonna do 1, 3, 5 above that. Christ alone. Okay, 1, 3, 5 on the F. All right, now this is what we call the 4 chord of the song. All right, if we're in the key of C, why do we call it the 4 chord? Well, because you're making a chord, a 1, 3, 5 chord off of the 4th note of the scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th note is an F, and then we're making a chord. 4 chord. Okay, so there's our 1 chord, and here's our 4 chord, or 1 chord, 4 chord. Okay, 1 chord, 4 chord. All right, we got that pretty easy. As you can imagine, there are more chords. After the 4 chord, we have the 5 chord. Okay, 1, 3, 5, and that again is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay, now you'll notice that every one of these chords that we played so far is a major chord. Okay, the 1 chord is a major chord, the 4 chord is a major chord, and the 5 chord is a major chord. Okay, so what happens if we take this same triad and we slide it up one more? We get a minor chord. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. Okay, so that's A minor. Okay, A minor is the minor 6 chord. Okay, because like we learned, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So starting on that note, we're going to build a triad. Okay, now with just those 4 chords, we can pretty much play most songs in modern worship music. Okay, so Christ alone, cornerstone, weak made strong in the Savior's His love through the storm. He is Lord, Lord of all. Okay. All right, so that's Cornerstone. Just giving you a quick example of how that minor 6, 5, 4, and 1 chord all fit together. Now, as you can imagine, and the key of C is the easiest to play this in, to see it in because it's all the white keys, there are other chords in between those, okay? You have a minor 2 chord, D minor, okay? And then you got a 3 chord, which is an E minor, or it's like augmented, I believe. And then you've also got a 7 chord, which is diminished. Back to the 1 chord, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 or 8, okay? All right, so that's the basic run through of the number system. Now, that being said, the number system is going to be very important, and it's going to help you understand your keyboard a little bit more and what the music is trying to communicate. And we'll get to that in just a second.